Yeah, I had turned my settings to the default because I haven't actually broadcasted in like a week. So I had remembered, oh yeah, I should be able to hear stuff now because it's not that important. But now it's of importance again. You might be asking yourself, why a week? Why enjoy existence and not slave away to constantly narrate over gameplay? Well, that's because I was sick. I had a reason to try to recover and stuff, but now that's not important anymore. As now I'm all but better, so I can go back to screaming my lugs out, as you know I do. I'm well known for my very bad volume control. And now it should be extremely low volume again. I didn't realize there were still traces of Agathian sacrilege in the Tenosian Desert here. I thought he'd swing. Nip at my ankles to try to take some health. It's already burned, sir. Okay, I'm actually in a normal ping server, thank God. Because, dude, I've been playing with some of the lads, and the pings have been just so bad. Like no West Coast servers ever, for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. It's very weird. I'm not sure why that is, yeah. Tried to do some 3v3s, and 3v3s clearly only happen in Europe, none in North America. Because we weren't even in NAE servers, we were in 120 plus ping, where the game is most definitely unplayable, because the game's already unplayable at like high 60, low 70s. Because of course it is higher than what it displays there. It's not actually that ping, it's worse than whatever it says. That's why you can see 0 ping in this game, so yeah. A godsend to have a nice functioning thing. Welcome to Chivalry, where it's a godsend to have a game function normally. Adobe Photoshop, I like that name. Interesting Barricade player.
And so on and so forth.
I think tomorrow, when my weekend starts, I'm gonna commit to Hogwarts Legacy, because I've actually got games piling up again. Because I know there's gonna be the Contagion, the Callisto Protocol DLC, so I've actually got to catch up on stuff. So I think starting tomorrow I'm gonna fully commit to Hogwarts, so I should be not broadcasting for a bit again. Or maybe like I'll take 1 or 2 days to make like a nice 4-hour, 5-hour stream to record, or to upload rather. And then yeah, just nothing but Hogwarts. Why are you shooting me? Get out of my face. Common Tenosian win? Is what it looks like it's happening here? You feint every attack, then it's just gonna get countered every time. Everything in moderation. Water consumption, feinting, except blocking. You can block as much as you want. Common Tenosia W. Ascandir has survived the onslaught, as it does in history. That's fake news, by the way.
We have repelled the barbarian horde! Ascandir has survived the onslaught!
Yeah, so since I was out of work for almost exactly 7 days, this paycheck's gonna be nice and light. Nice and empty. So I'm probably gonna be panhandling out on the streets, grabbing people's ankles as they walk by me if they don't drop me some change. You know, the typical mess when you're not properly fed. Fed in green bills. Imagine that. Imagine the days where. Why am I a rapier man at arms? Imagine the days where. Where yeah, your money, your paychecks, there weren't any cards. You had to be given it physically. Very interesting. How is that properly distributed? If I've learned anything from watching regular show, is that yeah, little Ziploc bags where your penny change and stuff was. Now that regular show payment is crazy. Those are two grown adults, and they are being paid literal like money you'd give to a homeless person with a passing glance. M&R are some of the most humble fictional characters ever created. Man, that crown looks good on anything, huh? The only bad-looking thing from that King's Edition cosmetic bundle is just the disgusting Mason Footman shield. They need to revamp it. It is offensively hideous. You might think it's weird that I actually destroy AFKs at the start in the face-off. Thing is, if you ignore the AFKs, they're just gonna come hit you in the back. That was just a very bad miss. You missed. Good. Don't jab me. Thank you. I expected no less. There's no escaping when you engage in the fight in the beach there. It's either you die fighting or you get shot in the back. I actually completely forgot my train of thought. What was I saying? As I was fighting that guy. Oh yeah. If you leave them alone, they'll just hit you in the back when they come back. What else are they gonna do? So it's best that you avoid the Executioner's Axe that'll sweep up 4 people and just deal with them. No shame. Now peasants, that's a different thing. Peasants I pity. If you don't pity a peasant, what kind of soldier are you? Granted, usually pitying peasants is for masons, with the only exception being Courtyard, but those peasants on Courtyard, they're traitors, so... Your immortal judgment upon them is completely up to you. I won't disgrace any course of action you take against them. Throw her to the knife at me, Barry. I didn't even peep this guy here. Jab me. Ah, of course the dude misses. I was dead anyway. You see a two-handed spear, and you're surrounded by 2 other people, there's no chance for you.
You won't be missed. Mother's cunny cry. Bugger that.
Oh, there's no one over here. Tried to go around my block with that. Jab. Bye-bye.
Yeah, get that. Bloody half prick.
Whoops. That guy looked like a mason, did he not? Wow. I'm actually really impressed with that. That's why I crouch on every stab. As in, I should crouch, I clearly don't. But if I don't, then all my stabs just miss terribly. It doesn't matter what I'm using. Especially these polearm weapons. I was running really funny. The stabs to them, standing, they're clearly very awkwardly aimed. So you have to stab to hit them. At least I do. I know a lot of people don't, because they can actually aim. I have humongous aiming problems on this game, evidently. With or without aim assist. Oh man, who's shooting me? Specifically, who's shooting me? Don't be a smart aleck and say, an archer. You never know. It could be a friend who's picked up a longbow. It's actually really bad when you do that, though. Because the archers, they have this ability. The zoom in isn't like a natural thing. It's actually part of their archer kit. You see a focus, zoom in. So if you pick up a bow with any other class, bow or crossbow, you can't zoom in. And you have no aim assist either.
I'm almost ashamed to ruin such a pretty thing.
So actually you could say you're using more skill. Look at the archer right in my face, man. Yeah, only one of us has a shield that's under any threat of breaking. Nice heavy. Yeah, I also hear that the poleaxe and the heavy mace are getting this stamina, increased stamina negation on block. So, the thing is, right, read that, increased stamina negation, then read the quarterstaff. Where's the quarterstaff? It's the night weapon. I'm forgetting. This is the Chivalry one. Reduced stamina consumption when blocking. But apparently, that's the same trait that to a lesser extent, on the heavy mace and the poleaxe now. But why doesn't it read the exact same? When I read that, what I'm thinking is more stamina consumption, increased stamina negation on block, meaning you hit somebody's block, you're dealing more stamina damage. Apparently that's not the case. What the hell? Gamble? No gamble? Really? That's what I read. Because it should be the exact same description. The streets, as in Reddit, says that it's a 20% stamina negation. And I can see it, now that I've been paying attention, it's definitely not fake news, that they are describing a real thing. Very interesting. Bad move.
Masons incoming! Whoops. Never mind.
I should have saved that for later, but get the points now. It's all about points and KDR, it's all about false accolades. Who cares about genuine contributions to the team? I almost said contributions to the team. It's all about padding that KDR. Entering their spawn and not actually delaying anything, but taking out at least 3 people with each death. Doing that at the point? Hell no. How did he hit me? Where am I actually? What am I standing on? I think he's low on stamina, that's why he's just doing a bunch of inputs right now. The enemy is straight ahead.
Help me, you bastard! Help! Help! This is for help me!
That's like that's something straight out of a horror film. Medieval horror. I'm sure there's some media that's been like that, where it's taken from the perspective of a commoner's life in times of war. Why do we always have to follow soldiers?
This is shite!
Whoever's on that ballista is making things scary. Every time our characters are like, this is shite. How woeful. It's because someone got ballisted. Amazing patience. No, there's no escaping a poleaxe special, dude. Ever. Ever.
Yeah.
Shmoba Fett.
Almost as I'm gonna bring a rain of hammers down on your little
Jab. Well, he did jab. That shield's gonna shatter soon. Ah, just got saved by teammates appearing. Good patience. Right around the block. really I've hit that many teammates with a poleaxe. I actually replayed the tutorial recently because a very fine lad tried out the game for a little bit from Cloud Gaming. So apparently Cloud Gaming means you don't even have to install the game. You can literally just play it. I don't know what the negatives are. There has to be some. And my number one takeaway from replaying the tutorial was, yeah, dashing to just generically maneuver yourself around when you're surrounded at the very least is very helpful. I tend to avoid dashing almost as much as I can, unless absolutely needed, like after whipping an attack, because it feels cheesy, but no, it's perfectly viable. Screw the cheese aspect of it. And you see people doing it all the time. Oh, that was very nice. I panicked on my counters there. What's it called? Yeah, it's a very useful thing just to hit somebody, take a second to assess the situation. Hey, just dash backwards, get some spacing. But I always feel like dashing as often as possible, with a few exceptions, has always just felt super cheesy, and as you know, I despise cheese in almost all scenarios. And I try to avoid it. Like that whole counter dodge to hit people at your maximum effective range and to recover faster, that's always felt grossly cheesy to me, and I'll never do it unless I'm like Thorn and I need to do that to save my hide. But in just, you know, everyday combat, why? I don't get why dudes play like that. You know, the most efficient way of playing is always usually the most boring, and that is definitely a very boring way to play. In my humble opinion, you know. At least I got the guy, I guess. I hit somebody there. They probably got that huge push, unless a respawn's coming. Looks like they're distracted by like one guy at spawn, yeah. That's the whole point of people coming over here. See that? He's got a massive distraction of about 5 people. That's 5 people not running to the objective, so we get there, we die immediately to getting swarmed, and then, you know, chain reaction of just no one stacking. Simple warfare tactics. Yeah, Cloud District's pretty good. Usually really good players when they're getting jumped. I just try to sit at range and special attack them because they live for countering everything. At least that's how people like Ziggy play. Ziggy genuinely has some of the craziest defense I've ever seen on this game. That guy refuses to get hit by anything, at least when he's surrounded. I actually think his defense is weaker in 1v1s. But as soon as he's surrounded, he just activates. His robot reactions just kick in at full force. I was hoping to slash through it to hit that guy. What just hit me? That executioner's insane. Well, I'm shot to pieces now. That looks like a bot comment. I wonder how long that was there. Dude, I can tell it's a bot within reading the first 5 words of the sentence. Because no human would type like that in a Twitch chat. Now you might say, you know, someone who clearly doesn't get viewers and, you know, there would be plenty of time to read an actual chat. Sure, they might speak more formal, but no. I just ran alone over here, I guess. I guess everyone's at the other side, yeah. Should've watched my spacing though. So yeah, this is another Mason psyop. The smart thing, run right past. He's not doing anything. He's contributing 0 to his team if we completely ignore him. Oh yeah, it's over.
Spread out. Show those archers how fights are meant to be fought.
Can he run around here to hit this guy?
You belong to the rest of the
Just a regular light slash.
We have won! The Mason Navy is in retreat!
Just saved your life.
Forget it. The more of you I say, the more I have to say. Forget about it. I plan to.
That was a nice chill Poleaxe session. Poleaxe is one of the most relaxing weapons to use on this game. There's a lot of Zen weapons I have, obviously, like the Maul, the Greatsword, but Poleaxe I feel is one of the more underrated ones. Hey yo, did I say something sus, or is that how you greet people? Because usually I hear hey yo like, hey yo, pause bro. Like, hey yo. 4-0. I think I'm in a teabag session with that guy, because I called him teabagging a teammate. So I'm getting into a habit now. If I see somebody just randomly teabagging, if it's a teammate, I'll join them. If it's an enemy, if I kill them, I start teabagging them to get a chain reaction. I wonder how long those chains go. How far they reach. Well, hello to you too.
Eliminate the enemy team!
Rip. Am I picking that guy up? Sure. It is his duty and all that. I'm really lucky that guy didn't follow up with a stab. That would have killed me. Peasants have, what, 75 health or something? They can't survive a Maul's heavy overhead for 80 damage. It instantly kills them. And I think a Greatsword overhead almost kills them, so they either have 75 or 80 of one of those two values. Aw, I didn't peep game. Should I? There's two of them. I really should, but I'll resist temptations. You have to... How many people do you have to kill with one item drop to get kicked? 5? That's a bad miss. How do these guys have all the time in the world to target me like this? Put that weapon away, it's too big for you. Oh, well. A peasant just killed me with a longsword, no less. That's a bad omen. Bad for him. Because now I'm witch hunting him.
Oh, come now.
What else am I gonna do in a team deathmatch but waste time going after singular people? What is this? Alright, F this. Bye-bye. Nice throw. There he is, you see him? He's still sitting right there. What are you doing? Why aren't you dead? That's 2 overheads. Jab. Yeah, I figure any polearm who's doing same attack overheads also knows how to jab. Usually good polearm players tend to jab because their weapon is so slow. Usually faster weapon players, they don't jab because they don't feel the need to. This peasant's asking for it. This is the guy who stabbed me in the rear end. I'll do things to his rear end. Probably stab it myself. I need to catch him unawares. Well, he won't be unawares, but I need to catch him alone. Poleaxe is not meant to, not meant for ganking. Offensively ganking, that is. Defensive, it's pretty good. Bad miss. Nice overhead. What are you gonna do? That's dead. We're actually basically even with kills, despite them having us trapped over here. That happens a lot, but I wonder how it happens, because I don't think I've ever been on the receiving end of it, where it feels like my team is keeping them trapped in spawn, but we're actually losing. In this case, we're not winning yet. We are still losing, but very slightly. It's basically even. Is that guy still alive? I'm checking the leaderboard here. Yeah, he is. What's weirder is that he's sitting in the exact same place the entire time. I love the last second reaction to the jab being blocked.
Try to enjoy your death. It only happens once in a lifetime.
I don't... No, that was an archer. That wasn't him.
Bye for now.
That's not him playing the flute, is he? Who is playing the flute? Don't they sound right next to me? They must be right below. It doesn't help that my volume is really low, so my voice has been drowned out. Interesting how that hit. I refuse to be jumped. I'll just keep retreating the more people come over here. I think Menace really just wants me to kill him. He didn't attack me, so I'll leave him alone. Really? Is it because I stole your seat? Nice jab. No way that peasant's still alive. Okay, that guy got a takedown, so it's not him. He is. There's someone who hasn't died yet with 3 kills. And I just heard cabbage is a cabbage. Hello, how long were you there? Were you watching me? I don't like being watched. I also don't like fainting archers, but I do like archers who feint to stab, because that's easy to just walk around with a knife. That was pure footwork to avoid that. With a lot of weapons, you can just bank on someone missing the attack, depending. Like, you see me do this a lot. The Messer and usually not the longsword, it's too fast, but the Messer overheads that come from that strong, right angle, very easy to sidestep those. High tendency of missing.
Your determination to live.
Thought I saw someone crawling there. I've just lived on the right side of this map. I haven't done anything else. This is the guy who I said I need to murder. Yeah, but I'm never gonna find him alone. That's why I hate comboing people in this game. I hit that guy 2 times extremely fast, so he was able to just gamble the next swing. But he actually caught himself. He didn't realize. But the thing that weirds me out is, why is he mashing? Why is his reaction to seeing a jab to just swing? He should have just committed to the swing. I freaking despise that. So when you do a jab as a way of extending your combo, you actually get flubbed for it. Got my revenge. Good stuff. No more cabbages for him. Risky feinting to kick versus a knife. There's still a flute player somewhere, like right here. But I don't think it's a peasant. Cringe miss. Double cringe miss. Double heavy overhead. That's fine. I always wonder how people going like 3 and 12 could be top of the leaderboard. What support things can you do to get yourself high enough? And you might think they were on the catapult earlier. No, and a lot of these, I'm usually able to, I usually know who's on the catapults, and they were never there. They were never on those things, so how do they get all these points? What kind of objective and healing can you do? They get so high up in score with so few murderers. It would actually be nice to win this.
Only 20 nascent troops
Tyr
remain.
Joshua. Anyone with Tyr in their name, I think of LBG immediately. Patience. That's fine. Yeah, that's not fine. Oh, no chance of winning anyway. I'll tell myself that. My camera's stuck. Okay. Removing all the wizard staffs is a huge L. Dude, there's a lot of this map that you could explore by going out of bounds. This map has a lot of stuff modeled outside of it that you're not even supposed to see. It's strange. This map has a lot of interesting stuff outside of the bounds. A lot of these other maps I can't say, because you can usually just see it. But in Courtyard, you know, you're mostly walled off. There's only one spot, the Mason respawn, where you can actually get a glimpse of what's outside. I wonder how much memory is taken up by out-of-bounds places in big open-world games, because you obviously have to render something visual, and at least according to Red Dead 2, a lot of the stuff, for a long bit of it, it's fully textured and modeled with collision and everything. It doesn't immediately just go into low-res, no collision stuff, so it's taking up space in the in-game world, evidently. At least yeah, it is still 3D, even if, like, the ground is paper thin, you know what I mean? So I wonder how much space that adds to a game. In just stuff that you see to not destroy immersion. You think I can kill that archer? Okay, well, he was AFK. Am I gonna chase this level 500 Danax? Of course I am. Jab. Oh my god, that was incredible. Overhead. Dang! Tried to hit her too. Let me get up. Why would you stab? You fool. Bye-bye. That was good. That was good. That was a good amount of combat at the start.
You're a talker. Ready to meet your mate. Witch tits, mother's conny crust.
I should have tackle juggled that guy.
I should treat you to a night of whoring. But
Oh, that
for
looks
now,
normal.
We fight.
That looked so normal, dude. Nice ambush. That was really good.
Not bad for a knob. You filthy bastard! We
Our fortifications are being overrun!
I'm honestly so happy that this is just a nice normal ping. You don't understand the entirety of, not the entirety, but a big chunk of these previous days have just been 60 ping, 60 ping, 60 ping. You cannot play the game normally with a ping like that. Why are you so fast? Oh my god. I'm gonna say don't grab me. Oh, even worse. Catapults that you can't hear coming. You see no visual and no sound. I saw a replay of that. That was bullcrap. Yeah, if the ping isn't normal in this game, normal for me being 20s, that's definitely a very low ping, very good, steady and playable. In this game, you can't use all the mechanics, you can't use all the weapons properly if it's not basically perfect. 40 something ping, you already are basically unable to jab. Wow, that was atrocious accuracy. You don't stab, man. I mean, you don't slash. Do anything but slash. I suck. Get prodding that guy.
Help! Help me, you prick! Somebody do I'll have your head!
You're not gonna stab him in the back with your shrieking spear? It's the whole reason I was so eager to assist that guy. And that was most definitely you, so come finish your job. Either shoot me or pick me up. Do I waste the trumpet? It could give me some points, but nah, I'll save it.
Help! I need help! Help me! For shite's sake, help!
This feels less... this feels more empty than it actually is, but it's probably just because my volume is so low. I did not do that dodge on any kind of calculations. You're gonna help me out, right? Because I came to help you out. There's water beneath me, right? Yeah. I was wondering if I could land on that thing, because I was thinking to myself, I have to get across this bridge before I can drop down, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So I was banking on being able to land somewhere there and jump across. Retreating, it's like the third most important skill. Number one most important is your defense, second is your offense, and then third is your ability to retreat easily. And yes, your defense is 1,000 times more important than your offense. Because your offense can be substituted by a lot of things. Your offense is a lot more than your ability to just back and forth after somebody catches your block. But without any D, you'll have no chance for offense fighting these better people. Ooh, lucky that didn't get dragged in my direction.
Hold them up here! They're here!
I had great plans for that tackle, you know? Wow. Don't jab me. Aw, dang. This is probably the most defensive I've ever played. I feel like an actual Lawbringer from For Honor. It's probably very annoying to go against, because I get the crippling frustration of fighting somebody who refuses to be hit. Clearly I'm getting hit, but you know, I feel like I'm working off of counters a lot more. And just patiently waiting for somebody to make the first move that's not me. Ah, it's unfortunate. Tragic miss on that guy. This This match feels a lot emptier. It feels like a 15v15. Not close to full.
Help me! Help me, you prick! Help me!
What did I just do? Did I forget to jump? Oh god. I did. Don't speak to me about that.
This is going to hurt! Balls! Jack Saw's hiss bugger! Oh, the lion's roar is
I was on complete brain dead autopilot there, evidently.
Maid's defense! Balls!
Hello. This dude is doing nothing but heavy attacks.
That's enough! For shite's sake! Help!
He can't shoot me through that ladder. It's too physical. Bad place to be.
More than that to
Get the
keep
stuff.
me down. For shite's sake! Help!
Dang, I even tried to miss that guy and it still hit him.
What do you expect? A kiss? Not bad for a knock. Not bad. Bloody half prick!
I didn't get my tackle in time. Ooh. Dude, he's right next to you. He's gonna burn to death. Yeah, all that guy does is counter slash. I've seen him a couple days now. I made somebody waste their trumpet. Accidentally, of course.
Hold them off here!
Oh man, what 5 damage does to a weapon in this game. Jab. I think he's at kick HP. Very risky for me to do an overhead anyway, because prone to hit the ceiling. Whew. See? Just patience. I'm even like blocking 2 attacks instead of just immediately riposting whenever my block gets touched. And it's paying off. This feels good. Am I figuring out after 78 days the correct way to play this game? Is it not to just immediately swing every time your block is touched? No. It's just counter slash. That's all it is. Just counter slash Danex, counter slash Danex, counter slash Danex. It's actually very interesting that these are those feints I'm doing are heavy attacks, because what I'm doing is literally just mashing left trigger and right trigger, and it's turning them into heavy somehow through button mashing, not button holding. It's very sus.
You're next! Stop!
Oh man, I just picked that guy up too. Wow. Spike trap? Yeah, spike trap. Teammate spike trap, no less. There's actually a couple of things that you can carry over your shoulder just like that and jump. There's some on Tenosia maps I've seen. Tragic miss. Shouldn't have done a heavy. Too much recovery. Wow. That's gonna hurt. Good banner placements. Not in the middle where they won't be easily destroyed. Tragic miss. It's not gonna reach. Hit his teammate instead. Good stuff. Oh, the spacing. That was amazing spacing on my part. I could have hit that guy with the stab easily.
Stop! Hold here!
That's fine.
Bugger all! I cannot.
Both banners gone. It's kind of interesting. Felt like I was down. You don't usually see wins happen on this first defend the gate. It's good that they're throwing them. Right's being handled. Good patience. Shoot. He's got it, yeah. Aw, gambled too hard. I don't think I can climb this. I'll get shot by something, or something will get thrown at me. Ah, dang, he didn't get hit in the back. Dang, and they still get 3 minutes. It's so brutal. Yeah, it's the only thing I hate about some of these objectives on Galancore is that the timer, like, the timer for the first gate stage barely matters because it's still a lightning fast second one. Quote unquote lightning fast. And then the Sacred Relics, the monuments and stuff, it's like a 7-minute objective for the Masons, right? But regardless of how much time it took, you beat them somehow, you make it last till the music kicks in and it's like the final minute. It's the church door is still like 3 minutes, as it always is. The only thing that changes is like 30 seconds. Oh, not like this, not like this, not like this. Oh dang, it is gonna happen like this. They already got one. Oh wow, a hair off. A centimeter too close. Ah, nah, they're in that. Unfortunate. It was such a good first hold today. It was down to 8 seconds. But yeah, they're in there.
The outer ward is overrun.
That guy with the cudgel is still alive, and he was going to toss it at me specifically. Sorry, Qatar man trying to escape.
Defiling our relics. Kill those dirty heretics.
Well, I was left alone. The black and white screen scared them. Yeah, this objective, it's always 7 minutes, and it's just
You won't be missed. Prepare to die.
It's such a nice looking part of the map, but it's for a filler stage, and it's always so disappointing. The only way this would not be a filler stage is if they made it so they have to destroy every single monument, every statue, the thing in the middle here, everyone in the back. Otherwise, it'll always be filler. They can get out of here with like 3 statues still standing.
Ready to meet your maker.
And now there's a really weird spawn bug for Masons where the Masons will respawn right here. You've seen it happen to me like 3 times. You'll hit him in the back and kill him, right? Yeah. That was a good counter overhead. I do wish the teammate was hitting him a bit more proactively instead of waiting until he turned to look at him. He had plenty of time, but he was actually looking off into the distance, realizing what he got himself into when he was conscripted into this war. I wish he had that epiphany a bit later, where it wouldn't directly get me killed. He's getting in the way, I can't help him. Patience. Too patient. Never let a Polex gamble you. Oh, that was a nice heavy.
You're next, bloody half horse shite, mother's cunning crust. This is bad.
Nice. I've killed that guy so many times, I actually feel bad. I'll save the trumpet. Nope. No choice now.
You're next.
See, at this point, they need one more statue. Let me walk around and tell you how many more statues there are left. 1, 2. So, the 2 there.
Calamity! The holy relics are lost!
Okay, in this case, it was just, yeah, 3. There's 3. There's still 2 more statues they have to break, but they don't actually have to break it. They can just walk right through. Free passage.
You won't be missed. Balls, jack sauce, whore bits, witch tits, whore bits, witch tits. Horse shite.
We should have probably held on to that oil pod, throwing it so early before the team is even here. They won't disperse anybody. That's awesome.
What now?
Oh man, the archers, they need to be counter-arched. Bad miss. Whoa. I think he did that accidentally. I think he like dead angle countered my slash on his back, which is just very chivalry too. Oh, they've completely cleaned up everything. They're in there. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I want to sing Phaedra's praises right now. I think I want to continue poleaxing.
Bitch stick, bitch stick. I'll be bugger all.
Good patience. Ah, see? Caught in a teammate. Just completely stopped on momentum.
Protect Lord Beetroot's tomb!
You're next. Mother's cunny crust. Witch tits, mother's cunny, you filthy piss bugger. Hold them off.
I have a scratch on my cheek, I need to itch.
What now?
I have a scratch I need to itch. That's the right way to say it, right? Nope, I said it backwards. There's an itch I have to scratch.
Piss bugger! Witch tents!
Look at that archer. He's completely safe out there too. As soon as I step foot, 3 masons are gonna roll up on me.
Poor bitch mothers, cunt hiss bugger! Huh? This is going to hurt!
That's fine. Aw, I really thought that would hit him in the head. Really? Oldest trick in the book. Yeah. I like teammates. I think I get a jump in this game. I will absolutely just stare. Is that a monk? Oh, I thought that was a monk that was going to murder dudes in their own door.
That's enough!
You know what? That was actually entirely my fault for looking over the edge. My eyes were entirely on the Highland Sword, not anyone still looking up at me from below. So I'll just say to myself that he would have came up and shot me in the back anyway. Did he mispress the button and... This guy does nothing but heavies. With a Highland Sword, that's a crazy way to play. That's why I try to keep my feints very rare in these 1v1s. The longer you go without feigning, I think the bigger of advantage it gives you deep into a 1v1. Oh, nice. That was a good maneuver he did to avoid his teammate. It's all about conditioning. You just do the same thing over and over to somebody. As soon as you change it up, it'll work at least once. Genuinely, going like 5 back and forth exchanges where you just don't feint. You just do regular light attacks and then boom. They're gonna get so conditioned where they just lightning fast counter and then boom, feint.
Jack sauce balls!
And it's almost guaranteed to land.
Hold them off here! Horse shite!
Thank goodness I was not shot as soon as I blew my trumpet. I can't see. There's a chandelier in my face. She wasn't confident about that kick. Good duck on my kick. Owned. So owned. So owned, dude. And there's my full axe. Good hit. I meant to jump, but nothing happened. No, relax. Guys, figure out how to hit him. I would gladly stab through thousands of teammates and hit something like that. I was waiting to see what he rolled, that's why I stared at him for a little bit there. Excellent patience, man. Where did he go? Oh, he went on the ground. Oh, they got it? How sad.
Storm has been defiled. We are left in disgrace.
I wonder how much time is left. I wasn't paying attention. I'm in this very flow state, as I think is being shown through my gameplay. This is very nice. Poleaxe feels delicious right now. My man topped the leaderboard in both kills and deaths, and that's a true Mason. No, he didn't. Someone got 36 deaths actually, in the middle. I see him. So second place in death, first place in kills. That's actually kind of crazy.
The raid on Aberfell.
You know what it is? It's that reduced stamina damage. That's why I'm able to just relax and hold left trigger and assess everything. I don't have to panic and worry about, oh shoot, if I don't riposte this attack after the third exchange, I'm gonna get disarmed and get massacred. I love how that dude at the mall responded to my duck by just ducking my kick. That's very rare, because I never usually slash after a kick. Unless it's like, you know, a really slow weapon where I get a heavy slash, because you can't finish with a heavy overhead. With a lot of weapons, you can get a heavy overhead. All one-handers, you can get a heavy overhead after kicking. Some two-handers, not all. For the absolute slowest weapons, you can get a heavy slash as your most damaging punish. And even that's very tight. Because people might be mashing dodge.
Gathians, get up the peasants and take possession of those pigs! They never stood a chance. This is going to hurt. Show those archers that there's no such thing as a safe distance. Close the distance on these pansy-assed archers.
Don't do it. Who hit that guy? He had a bunch of missing health. Oh my god, that Poleaxe special. I'm so sorry, I suck. I'm genuinely awful at this game.
Uh-oh. I killed so many of you horse. Cousin-loving donkey.
You can jump on top of this, right? Yeah. A lot of people don't know about that one.
Yeah, hello.
Really? Okay. Hold that.
Agatha! Somebody do something! Poor bits!
I almost never contribute to this objective. Past, like, 2 deliveries. After that, I just start hitting things, because, man, any objective like the one on Askendir, where you just hold on to things and bring it up, it's awful for me, because, you know, you can't effectively fight with a pick in your hand. That's so sad. I just dead-angled somebody trying to hit me in the back. That's awesome. Ooh. Let's do battle in here.
Piss but witch tits!
Where'd this come from? I'll take it as a sign. Someone's behind me. This guy again. Someone's gonna tackle me. What the hell is going on? I missed my Poleaxe. I just kept hearing more dudes approach.
Poor bits! Witch tits!
Oh my god. The way he's making that guy close to unkillable with his behavior. of just slashing. Swing. Why do you keep feinting to stab? You do that when you're ready to finish somebody off, not when they're not dead. Aw, man. I knew a base slash would get me killed, but I still tried it anyway. I tried to excel it. A base slash is so slow. It's the slowest thing you could do. Look at that. Because I was beating him on stamina. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get past this first stage, right? I think it's best to just pad my stats and hit people in the back. Oh, he won. Nice.
Hold them up here!
I don't think I've ever seen this guy. I don't think I've ever seen this archer not attacking people with an axe. Yeah, look at him in first place because of that. Who wants it? Okay, they went out to freeze. Bad idea because he's using a freaking war club. Nice. Cringe miss.
Balls! Oh there. What is it? Shite! Prepare to die.
We need to deliver, I think, 7 more things.
Horse shite! Come on, you pansy! Cousin-loving donkey swaggler!
It's not impossible, but no one wants to do that. The process of grabbing something and just dragging it all the way across this place is terrible. How did you not down him? He has no health. He's still not down? Wow. Hit him with a warhammer too.
You're next! I'll be here. Suits me.
I think we need 4 more things. Either 3 or 4. Maybe 3.
Sawed off.
I could bring 1.
Bitch stick!
No jab? I was expecting a jab.
Suits me. You won't be missed.
Wait, you can actually do that to the peasants? You can ragdoll them with a tackle. Oh, where'd that other guy come from?
Resources. Let us push deeper.
Are you kidding me? How did I never know this?
Rallying to that tower. Bring it down.
Oh no. Oh no, what do I find myself occupied with now? You gotta be kidding me. That's so much funnier than kicking them or jabbing them a couple of inches every time.
You belong in this. The rest of the shite. Ignite the
Magic do that to the pigs. This is important, man. This is so important. You don't understand. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I can go beat him up later. I can't believe I've never even thought of doing that. Was there a guy sitting in there? That he saw that I did. Who's behind me? Ah. Cooked. Huh. Yeah, run for your life.
I need help. Forget it. For shite's sake! Help! We're screwed!
Bye-bye. I'm not fighting two people up there. Come down and face fate. Embrace failure and face me. There's one. Ah, man. I was gonna jump through it when the going got tough anyway, but I got hit too rapidly. I was really banking on that slash to hit both of them and kill the knight.
I'll do you for that, witch tits! Cousin loving you, filthy witch tits!
Is that where I last left him? I'm gonna move him up every time I respawn.
Forward! You belong in the sewer.
That's an overhead. Nice. Cringe miss. Counter somebody's overhead. No one behind him.
The tower has fallen!
Kick him right in the cranny.
And it's defenseless now! I'll do you with that. Suits me. Establish a foothold by capturing that hamlet. Do help for Agatha! I need help! Run! Run away! Fall back!
For all I know, the mic isn't even picking up my audio. I'm gonna do my best to like not touch it at all, so if it's disconnected, then so be it. I figure the more I touch it, the higher chance of that weird audio disconnect thing. That may be the first time I've ever seen that guy commit to an overhead. Genuinely. Oh my god, dude. It's G-Salt Price again. Oh, wow.
Fine.
I think I spawned closer to the objective than I died.
For shite's sake, help!
Dude's got a pitchfork. What the hell? Oh wow, man. Why is it that whenever I'm shot by a warbow, it's 9 times out of 10 it's a headshot? Getting hit by that thing is worse than getting hit by a crossbow. The crossbow is useless now that the warbow exists. Well, it wasn't always like that. The crossbow is useless now that it got nerfed and the warbow exists. That's the correct way to phrase it. Because the crossbow used to two-shot everybody, but now it doesn't, unless you get a headshot. So now, I don't see why you would use a crossbow when there's the warbow. Can I bring myself to commend a Danax? Of course I can.
I cannot. Yeah.
That was a pretty perfect voice line to hear.
You're next! Forward! Quit rustling my...
Good turn. What did he just hit me with, a glaive? Aww. How did they clear out the center? Are these dudes losing group fights?
Time's up!
At least lose at the stones. Don't lose here, Zagatha.
This is going to hurt. Why not?
Because if we're not actually capturing this thing by about a minute and 55, it becomes quite dire. I was really lucky with the timing. Something just hit me on the side, opening me up. Oh yeah, dude, we're not gonna take this. I guess we're just losing the group right there.
Prepare to die. Bloody
I always love on any hold your ground objective when archers don't shoot from the objective, they shoot outside of the objective. It just gets a chuckle out of me. Especially in something as big and wide as this, where there is tons of space for an archer to at least put their body on the point. It is genuinely the least you could do. Oh man, oh man. It is the barest minimum you can do, is just put your bosom on the point.
Works for me.
They can't bring themselves to do it. Yeah, if someone's not on the point, I'm not gonna chase them. Nice turn. Nice. Got caught on a teammate. It's really interesting how he has no one hitting him in the back. If they stop it, then we lose. We have to continuously take it. If that goes to a red flag, we lose. We lost. We can't take it. Where'd that guy go? It's confusing me about first person.
You won't be nipped. Bloody hop, you filthy fast bloody hop. Horse shite, witch tits!
Good patience.
How could such depraved pagans resist our divine retribution?
Alright, I think that's enough poleaxe for me. New game rule. Switch weapons every hour. Nah. I really need to get into the habit of just switching weapons whenever I want. Whenever I feel like, oh yeah, I've played enough of this. Let me go back to this. Yeah, I think it's time for comfort food. Increased... Okay. Nothing about blocking. Let me peep our weapons. Speak about this block thing.
The slaughter of Coxwell.
None of the Devastator weapons. None of those. Obviously none of these. This will say does not... Oh, it doesn't even mention how you take more stamina damage on this thing. Just mentions that it does not interrupt opponents. So I guess it's just, increased stamina negation on block. So is it also the sledgehammer that has this? That has this unique trait? Semi-unique trait? Because that reads the same as the poleaxe and the heavy mace. Do I dare use the sledgehammer to try out? Why not? Or to shop it to see if it feels like it does? Sure. Oh god. Now you might be wondering if I'm gonna stay in a lobby that's this empty, especially if it's Coxwell. Honestly, I don't trust not getting thrown into a 60 ping server. I think I'll commit to this one being finished. If it doesn't start filling up by the end of it, then I think it's safe to say it'll stay empty. and I'll quit. But I think I'll see this one to the end. This looks a little bit imbalanced. It's facing. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely quitting. Freighter Stendar, no pigs above 40. Please. Victimize other people with your essential server nonsense. Where are the West Coast goons at? Give them to me.
Bust some skulls. Yeah. So let's go, baby. Let's roll. I see you looking. One teabag coming. Time for tea. You like what you see? Let's go, baby. One teabag. Let's bust some. One teabag coming. Time for tea. You like what you see? Let's go, baby. Let's roll. One teabag. Yeah. I see you looking. Time for tea. You like what you see? Let's go, baby. Let's bust some. Let's roll. One teabag. I see you looking. Yeah. Time for tea.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed so hard I'm almost spraining them.
Of Lionspire.
Okay. It is basically equally empty, which is just amazing, but it is another West Coast lobby, clearly. Based on ping. Good. That is all that matters. Who cares if this team is getting destroyed? I will clean it up.
Forward! Our trial by combat!
Oh man, that's especially brutal with chickens with this small skin. Nice. He's actually healing, he's not going to help his teammate here. Oh wow. Honestly, I don't know why I made that a heavy. I guess I thought because he was a knight he'd approach me slower. Like clockwork. Funny because he didn't even hit the gate, he specifically hit anyone who was right before the gate. Yes, he did jump down. I think I know this guy. I think I know both these people, as a matter of fact. Stuck on something, man.
May my faith preserve me.
Oh my god, I want to quit again, dude.
Back to the square.
But I can't. There's gonna be no other West Coast lobbies. It's just gonna be the two of these filling up. Why is this dude inviting me to Battlefront 9 hours ago? Let's see where I was 9 hours ago. 9 hours ago, I was, let's see, 2. 9 hours ago, I was like at work.
You!
Xbox not even on.
You are in league with the wretch. You should atone. You would usher in the. You would usher in the darkness. You would usher. You should atone. You should atone for your action. You would usher in. You hold no place among the righteous. You should atone for your. You.
Okay, this one is filling up though. Good. No specials afterwards? Nice spike trap. Super cool spike trap, as a matter of fact. Oh, I tried to hit around his block. What is this guy doing? People are approaching the rear of us. Amazing save by Katars. Amazing save by the Katars. What was he doing? It must be Baby's first time in the Katars. That's why he's not specialing 1,000 times. That's the correct. That's how you use the Katars. You glue yourself to their model and just special attack after everything.
You would usher it. You should. You.
It is the second attack to your counters. It is the follow-up to anything you do, a special attack.
You are in league. You should atone. You hold no. You are a poor example.
Because at the very least, it guarantees you damage.
You are a poor example.
And someone told me that the 15 damage you get is actually a bug. It's not supposed to do reduced damage on the block. It's supposed to do the full 30.
You
The second follow-up. If that's the case, then that's really helpful. Because that means it'll be more lethal and people have to find ways to adapt around them. Because frankly, 15 damage is nothing. You can just tank that. Oh wow. Oh, how shocking that I get caught on a teammate. Not his fault, of course, but like,
You hold no place.
what's the point?
You are in
Why
league
press their
with
buttons?
You should atone for your. You